Outlined against the blue-gray February sky, the four horsemen rode again. In dramatic lore, they are known as famine, pestilence, destruction, and death. But these are only names. In reality, their names are Peters, May, Deering, and Tracy. Good evening, everyone. Welcome again to another exciting edition of Dallas Penguins Hockey, live coming from you from our home ice arena here in Plano, Texas, as the Texas Tigers visit in against the Dallas Penguins '07 team. Hello, everybody, again, and welcome to YouTube, and we have live Penguins action for you tonight. Very exciting game, the final match of the regular season series between these two teams. Both teams earning one win over the other, although the Penguins' victory came in regulation, and the Tigers' victory came in a shootout just a week and a half ago, and we find ourselves in second place. The Penguins are in second, the Tigers are in third, and they are at least locked into no less than those. The Tigers cannot be caught by the Warriors, and the Penguins cannot be caught by the Tigers. However, if we take a look at the standings real quick, we will see that the Houston Wild, although they are currently in first place, a very tenuous standing for them. The Penguins nipping right at their heels. And with the Wild having completed their season this Sunday against the North Stars in a 4-1 loss, the Penguins are only 3 points away from that same number as the Houston Wild. However, with tie breaks, the Houston Wild would have a tiebreaker if it were to go down to that. But the Penguins do have 3 more games in hand, so an opportunity, very good opportunity as it will be, especially with a win tonight, the Penguins to take over first place in the 14U A1 standings. And you can see there the playoff field is set in some order. It will be the Houston Wild and Dallas Penguins, and then locked into third, the Texas Tigers, and then locked into fourth place, the Texas Warriors. So we are starting to see the playoff picture emerge just a little bit, and it kind of starts tonight. The final game of the the Dallas Penguins against the Texas Warriors coming to you in just about 3 minutes, and we will have that action for you here on YouTube on the Dallas Penguins '07 YouTube channel. Once again, we return to the Children's Health Star Center in Plano, Texas. The Dallas Penguins set to take on their rivals from across town, the Texas Tigers. And as we look at the standing or at the season stats for the Tigers, of course, they are led in goals by number 3, Liam McMurray. He comes in with 21 points, 10 goals on the season, so he leads their team in points. Number 2, Zachary Polks, the former Dallas Penguin, comes in second with zero point 0.8 points per game, 14 points overall, and 11 goals on the season. So those are the main scorers for the Tigers, although, of course, we do know a few of the other names. Wyatt Anderson, Will Brownfield, and Andrew Tyson are also a very offensively minded, very good team, and a great test tonight for the Penguins in a very key matchup for the boys in white. Of course, the Penguins wearing their home white jerseys, the Tigers wearing their road blacks. And we will have starting lineups for you in just a few moments. Starting in net for the Penguins will be number 35, Preston Peters. And for the Tigers, it will be number 70, Logan Laviera. Referees signal that they are ready to begin and about to have puck drop. We talked a little bit about our season series against this team. Both the Penguins are 1-0-0-1 against the Tigers, and that one victory did come with Preston Peters in net. So hopefully a repeat of that performance from earlier in the season, and we are just about ready. Referee asking Hogan to move back, and we have puck drop, and we are away. The Tigers taking the opening faceoff, playing over to Will Brownfield. Brownfield at center ice, tries to get past Hogan, but Hogan makes a nice play and gets the puck back to May. Everett May now with it, plays it up to Saw Devon. Saw Devon gives it to Deering, who enters the zone but gets bumped and loses the puck right away. Penguins dump down low. Anderson gives chase. Anderson clears up the board, but not out. Saw Devon gathers it there. And he gets open. It's Deering in front, but Deering goes behind the net instead of accepting that pass and getting the shot. And McMurray there, the number one scorer for the Pens, and Peters plays that nice play. Pass to Hogan. He's got a breakaway if he hurries, but unable to connect on that pass. A really good opportunity there. A breakout pass by the goaltender sends Hogan almost on a breakaway. McLeod now with it in the corner. Keeps it in the zone, dumps it back behind the net, goes over, and Tracy gathers it off the back of the board. Now it's played up to Brown. Brown is able to get that out, but it's controlled there by Seamus Reckley. Reckley puts it in offsides, but the Penguins tag up, and they will forecheck there with Tracy. Playing it up for the Penguins was Matthew Hahn, and there's a shot, and it's steered away there by Peters. Tried to go 5-hole on that one, and his pad was big enough. Trying to make a pass out there to Carson Frisk. Now Reckley comes away with it. He's got Charlie Thomas there across the ice, but he tries to make the pass up the wall and loses the puck there. Now it's back over to Frisk. Frisk tries to get past McLeod and Bartolome, and a shot there goes wide. McLeod gathers the rebound and tries to play it to Reckley, but they're unable to connect on that. Asher keeps it in. Now over to Randalls. Randalls to Reckley, and Reckley plays it up, and that's going to go all the way down for an icing. So with 13:04 remaining in the period, your score, Penguins 0, Tigers 0. Tigers leading in the early shots on net, 2 shots to 0. Face-off won there by Gavin Robbins over to Everett May. May plays it back behind his net. He's got Randalls there in support, but he's going to play it over to Mazzola. Mazzola gives it over to Robbins, and Robbins makes a nice move and tops it to Bartolome. It's off his skate, and it's going to come back to center ice. Polk's pressuring there. Polk's getting on Randalls, and a puck frozen over in the corner. Number of Penguins and a number of Tigers there. Polk's comes out with it, and he's going to try to feed it out to Brownfield, but they can't connect on the point. Bartolome now with it, makes a nice play. Mazzola's going to take it up, and he's got some speed if he can get past Tyson. Tyson and Robbins entering the zone for the Penguins, and Mazzola plays it back to May. May winds and shot, and it's off a skate. It's off of Brownfield's skate and on the net for the first shot for the Penguins. A good opportunity there. Laviera was lucky to have that pad down and stop that shot. And there's another one into the glove of Laviera, and we will have a stoppage in play. So a little bit of back and forth action here for both teams. Penguins starting to turn up the offense just a little bit more. It's going to be Deering, and Deering there at the center wins that, and it is controlled back to Alleman. Alleman takes it out. He's unable to control that pass, and a bad turnover there. Gives it over to Carell, and Carell enters the zone with McLeod on him, and McLeod knocks the puck off his stick, but it's fed back over to Carell. Carell now with it. Carell and McLeod. Now it's fed over to Brown. Brown plays it up to Hahn, but they're unable to connect at the point, and so it will come all the way down the ice. And the Penguins will change on the backside. It's going to be Bartolome coming on, along with Robbins and Hogan here for the Pens. Carell dumps it in the zone, wide of the net. Penguins will chase with Kaidash. Kaidash gathers it, turns around. He's got Tigers all over him, so he passes it up to Bartolome. Bartolome at the blue line can't get it out, and it's kept in there by Van Brunt. Van Brunt gets it over to McPherson. Or McMurray. McMurray 3-on-0 break here. Tries to put it out in front, but it knocked off the pad of Peters, and so it's steered wide. Now Mazzola has some speed. Mazzola and Bartolome here. Mazzola sweeps wide. Tries to get past, makes a good move, gets the pass over to Robbins. Robbins has it out in front, and it goes on net, but no shot there. Trying to make a stretch pass over to Frisky, but that's steered away by Randall's. Good defensive work there, reading that pass and getting in the way of it, not allowing that breakout to come to fruition. And there's a breakout to Frisk. So they're trying to make those plays. There's Frisk. Tries to get a shot, steered away by Peters, and another save and a stoppage in play with 13:40 remaining in the period. So you can see what the Tigers are trying to do. They're trying to get those stretch passes working. They're trying to get the breakaways here, trying to get one player behind the defense. So far, the Penguins doing a good job, although that last one there by Frisk was a really good pass, allowed him to come off the board with a little bit of speed, and so he was able to get a couple shots on net there. It's going to be Tracy on the faceoff for the Penguins, and it's tied up there at the faceoff dot, eventually controlled there by Everett May. May gets it over to Reckley. Seamus Reckley now is going to sweep out wide. He's got Asher on him, and he just dumps it in and gives chase. Brownfield picks it up behind the net. He's got Thomas, and Thomas forces a turnover there and keeps it down low momentarily. Reckley now with it. He's going to get open, and Reckley tries to get a shot, but it's off the skate. Off the skate of Asher. Now to Fields. Fields tries to pass May, and Randalls will pick up that pass. Kept in there by Frisk, but turned over to Thomas, and Thomas is taken down. No call there. Frisk picks up the loose puck at center ice. Looked like Thomas had a breakaway, but he got tripped up, and that was not to be. Tracy throwing a little bit of weight around to Frisk. He got knocked down, so he gave a little bit of payment back to him as he exited the ice. We're going to have a change in lines here. It's going to be Deering, Saad, Devin, and probably Bartolome. Oh, and a turnover there in the defensive zone, trying to put it right out in front, but a good job there by May. Excuse me, sorry for the camera work there. May did a nice job of intercepting that pass, not allowing that one to come out. Saad Devin tries to play that puck, but it goes to the point, and it's kept in there by the Tigers. Now it's back to May. May plays it up the board to Hogan. Hogan ships it up to Deering, but they're unable to connect. Tyson intercepts that pass, gives it back to Polks. Polks loses it to May. May now to Deering at center ice, and the Penguins will enter his zone. Deering has some space. He got some room. Drops it to Saad Devin. Puck lying there in the offensive zone. Saad Devin and Deering collide with each other, so a little bit of communication issue there. Penguins keep it in with Mazzola. Mazzola shot. It's off the crossbar. So a really good shot. A turnover there. Now McLeod has it. Shot off the blocker there. Penguins starting to picking up the shots here. Now leading 4-3. Bartolome has it. Plays it back for Mazzola. Mazzola goes back behind the net. And it comes to Robbins. I was going to say McLeod, but that was Robbins. And a shot that goes wide there off the stick of McLeod. Now to Mazzola. Mazzola tries to work out. He's going to chip it up to the point. Tigers are playing a lot of defensive work. They're going to get tired here. There's a shot and a stoppage in play, and Laviera has it at 8:18. Penguins buzzing around the offensive zone. Laviera will give a skate and take the pressure off of himself there. Staying on the ice for the Penguins will be Ryder McLeod. Joining him now on defense is Keegan Alleman. And it's going to be Tracy, Reckley, and Thomas are your forwards for the Penguins. Alleman plays it behind the net, gives it to Reckley. Reckley now with it, sweeps behind the net, trying to find Tracy out in front. He gets it to Tracy. Tracy now with it in the corner. Now drops it off to Thomas. Thomas button hooking around. He takes a hit from Brownfield. It went up to Hahn, and now it's out to center, but McLeod steers it away and comes back in off sides. He had Thomas held up there when he was unable to get in before he exited the zone. Michael Tracy here taking the faceoff for the Penguins. He wins it back over to May. May gives it to Kaidash. Kaidash feeds it up to Thomas, but they're unable to connect on that. But an attempt to get it out comes off Thomas's chest, so it stays in momentarily. Now Brownfield with it. Plays it up to Carell, but they're unable to connect, and that will be an icing all the way down the ice. And so the faceoff will come all the way down in front of the net of Laviera. It's going to be Deering and Saw Devon along with Hogan. Here are your forwards, May and Kaidash on defense. Good to see Michael Young back on the bench tonight. Of course, he was absent for the Penguins' victory this weekend. But good to see him back on the bench. And it is being told that he will not be with us in Nashville, so we hope that he has a good weekend and that we are able to come away with a couple victories and be able to tell him about it. There's an icing once again at 7:22, so we'll come back one more time. And if you were not on the GroupMe chat, you did not hear the good news. We are having a player returning to the Penguins. Number 71, Ethan Villarreal, has gotten cleared to at least begin starting to practice, and he will be returning February 22nd for game action as he comes back from a broken collarbone. So we are very excited and very happy to have number 71 back on the ice for the Penguins, as Frisk takes the puck and tries to go right out in front of the net, and it's steered away there by Peters. And there's a shot that goes out wide off the side of the net. Now it's Frisk, tries to play it up to the point to Asher. Asher keeps it in from Saad Devon, but Saad Devon gets it up to Deering. Now it's played back into the zone. Now to May. May with it, plays it up to Hogan. Hogan shifts it up and is unable to get it out. It goes to Brown. Brown gets it to Frisk, and now back to Brown. Brown takes a shot that goes through the crease and wide. Saw Devon on it, tries to clear, but kept in there nicely by Asher. Trying to play out in front to Brown, but that pass was intercepted there by the defensive stick of May, and May's going to be off to the races. He's going to take a shot, and it's going to be off the pad of Asher. Now to Brown. Feeds it up to Frisk. Frisk got Shapiro with him if they can make that pass, but they can't. Nice job there by Ewan Randalls to force that turnover there in the zone. Randalls now with it. Bumps Frisk. Bumps Lou, excuse me. Lou and Shapiro are down with Robbins and Randalls, and that puck comes out to Bartolome in the corner. Bartolome tries to play it to Robbins, but that's taken away there by Shapiro. Shapiro trying to play it to Polks. Polks is going to come away with it and get open in space. Polks now with it, feeds it over to Shapiro. Shapiro behind the net takes a bump there by Robbins. And it's played behind the net, eventually comes out to Noah Bartolome. Bartolome has Mazzola if he can find him, but he's going to sweep out wide. Mazzola's going to go to the net. They could have made that pass, and it would have been a really good chance, but I don't think Bartolome saw Robbins streaking there on the opposite side of the ice. Penguins keep it in there with Tracy. Play it back to Bartolome. Bartolome gathers it behind the net, plays it around, and Tracy's going to give chase. And instead of playing the puck, he bumps Lou. And now it's to Shapiro, but Randalls is going to steal that now. Over to McLeod, now to Mazzola. Penguins are going to finish the change. Going to get Charlie Thomas on along with Tracy. Reckley needs to come out to complete that line. And a bump there by Mazzola. Forces a turnover to McLeod. McLeod plays it off of the skate of Carell. Carell plays it up to Polks. Polks at the blue line is unable to enter cleanly, and it's taken away there by McLeod. Skate to stick and plays it up to Tracy. Tracy has one man to beat. It's Lou. Tracy has room. He's got a lane. He's got a shot. He shoots, and it is into the glove of Laviera. So nice pace action here. 4:41 remaining. Penguins leading in shots on goal 6-4. Penguins doing a good job of controlling the play through the neutral zone. We hope to see that continue. And it's going to be Tracy, Thomas, and Reckley. Here are your forwards, along with McLeod and May. No, that's Alleman, excuse me. Alleman there on defense for the Penguins, and that's one back to McLeod. McLeod winds and shoots, and it's off of the stick of somebody. It was either off the stick or the head. I don't know if that was Thomas or if that was one of the Tigers, but it took a weird bounce. That high shot came up off of somebody and just barely missed the net. Oh, missed the corner of the net, excuse me. And Alleman winds, takes a shot, and that's going to be a breakaway. He tries to take the shot instead of playing defense, and there's a shot off the post that goes wide. That was number 24, Zane Van Brunt on that shot. And there's another play out in front. Sitting out in front of it are the Penguins, or are the Tigers, and Hahn makes a pass, and that goes wide. Now it's over to Carell. Hahn tapping his stick, and they take that shot instead of making that pass over to Hahn. And Reckley eventually comes out with it for the Penguins. He's just going to dump it up to center ice, and the Penguins are going to change their forwards and their defense. McMurray now with it. McMurray, and a turnover there to Deering, and nice play there by Deering. He kicked it with his skate right over to the bench. Was trying to see if there were 6 men on the ice for the Penguins, but the referee waves that off. There were only 5. Deering now with it at center ice, trying to pass McMurray. Now it's over to Brown, now to Asher. Deering has it at center ice for the Pens, and he makes a nice move to get some space. He's going to enter the zone, winds and shoots, and it's off the pad of Laviera and wide. Now to Deering. Deering plays it up to the point, but it's intercepted there by Brown. Brown plays it back to Anderson. Anderson has Deering on him, though. And it's going to be tied up once again. Saw Devin Kaidash are playing over there with Brown. And Kaidash comes away with it to May. An ill-advised pass there. May had Fields right on him, so that was turned over. Asher brings it in off sides, and we will have a stoppage of play and a late shot. And one of the Tigers is going to go off for unsportsmanlike conduct for a shot after the whistle. And let's see who it is. I think it's going to be Asher. 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. You can't do that. Whistle blows. You have to know that you can't whack the puck even if you're upset or frustrated. Referee's going to call that one pretty much every time. And in those higher levels of hockey, when you do something like that, you may find an elbow or a fist in your face for pulling an act like that. Now to Hogan. Hogan has it at the blue line, unable to control that pass. But the Penguins maintain control. Now it's over to Brown, and he exits the zone, but it's off the skate of one of the Penguins players. So McLeod picks it up at center ice. May has it now, makes a good move to get past Brown. May is going to enter with some speed. Makes a nice toe drag, gets some space, comes out front to Mazzola, shot, and scored! Hot diggity daffodil, Everett May with a beautiful toe drag play to get past Brown, pass it over to Mazzola, and the Penguins score once again on the power play, 1-0. Well, that power play is absolutely the key for the Penguins, and as we looked at the stats last week, Penguins have a more than 40% power play scoring percentage, which is absolutely unreal. So you cannot put the Penguins on the man advantage or they will make you pay, and they do it right there. May to Mazzola on that score. Penguins take that 1-0 lead. Deering now with it, trying to get another one real quick. He enters the zone. Deering puts a shot out in front. He had Saw Devin on the doorstep, but unable to connect on that rebound. Now McLeod keeps it in. But eventually it comes out to Lou. Lou loses it to McLeod. And the Penguins have 3-on-2 developing if they hurry. McLeod, Deering, and Saw Devin. McLeod makes a nice pass to get past Anderson, puts it out in front. It's off the stick of the goaltender, Laviera. And it comes out to Deering. Deering's got some room. Deering gets out open, shot high off the mask of Laviera. Penguins really buzzing now. They smell that blood in the water, and they're ready to go. McLeod gathers the puck. He goes into the zone, takes a shot that goes wide off the pad of Laviera. Now to Reckley. Reckley on the boards. 90 seconds remaining in the period. That's kept in there by Randalls. Randalls gives it to Reckley. Reckley gets open in space, takes a shot in the middle. That's blocked there by McMurray. And Hahn plays it. Now over to Reckley. Reckley drops it to Deering. Deering's open shot that goes wide, and it's off the board. May keeps it in the zone. Penguins buzzing here. There's a shot by May, and it's sitting on the doorstep and bumped hard there by Hahn. was Seamus Reckley, and he goes down with 1:04 remaining in the period. So it's going to be Tracy Reckley and Thomas staying on for the final minute. They may be the last shift. May now with it, winds and shoots, and it's tipped out in front, but it goes wide. Tracy gathers it, puts it back to Thomas. Thomas feeds it up to Alleman. Alleman shoots, and that's off the leg pad of Van Brunt. That goes all the way down the ice where May will gather. He's got Carell on him. Carell forces a turnover, and Tyson gathers it at the point. There's a shot that goes wide off the pad of Peters. There's another shot off the chest. Charlie Thomas has it now. He gives it over to Reckley. Reckley takes a bump there by McMurray, but coming away with it is Seamus Reckley. Oh, Tyson kept it in nicely there, and it's finally chipped up and out, so the pressure comes off with 24 seconds remaining. Now entering the zone with it is Van Brunt. Van Brunt takes a shot by Alleman and forces a turnover to Tracy. Tracy feeds it up the board to Reckley. Reckley's got Bartolome, but there's a turnover there and put right back in the zone by the Tigers. 8 seconds remaining, and I think May is going to be happy just to hold on to it here. He plays it up to Mazzola. And as the horn blows, Mazzola takes the final shot. After one period of play, your score, Penguins 1, Tigers 0. We will be back for the second period after a few moments. Well, I had hoped to have John Thomas come and join us for intermission, but as you know, those guys that sell coffee, they can't be relied on for anything. I see him down there over on the left side of the ice, down on the glass. He completely forgot that he told me he would be here. So we will not have the pleasure of John Thomas for the first intermission. But as we begin the second period, the Penguins leading 1-0. And we will turn around. Penguins going right to left on your video screen. No carryover penalties or power plays. Tigers control that face-off, but immediately give it right back, and McLeod takes it for the Penguins, feeds it to Mazzola, and at center ice, Mazzola chips it up into the zone, but it is controlled there by Van Brunt. Played now to Anderson. Anderson gives it to Brown, back to Anderson. There's a shot that's off the skate of Kaidash. Now to McLeod. McLeod tries to get past three Tigers, and eventually he comes out and gets some space. Nice stick work there, and he's got some space with some speed. He takes a shot that goes off the stick of Laviera over to the corner for Robbins to gather it. Pass comes out to the middle over to Asher. And Asher loses it over to Bartolome. Bartolome gets it to McLeod, and McLeod takes a shot, and that goes off. Hogan was on the doorstep, but it came out a little bit too sharply for him. Asher plays it up to the point. Now it's to McLeod. McLeod puts it out in front, and then trying to get a tip in front with Hogan. Oh, and a misplay there by Randalls, and Brown's off to the races, but he's got Bartolome in front of him. He gets past Bartolome. Shot. Weak little backhand off the pad of Peters. So a good breakaway there for the Tigers. That's what they've been trying to do all game. Frisky with it now, plays it over to his defensive partner, Will Brownfield. Brownfield plays behind the net, trying to hit Hahn. And it comes to Fields, but it's taken away there by McLeod and given to Robbins. Robbins unable to clear the puck there, though. There's a shot tight into the pad of Peters, and we will have a stoppage in play at 13:33. So the Tigers still trying to get those breakaway chances. I think they feel like they have the speed to get past the Penguins, and so they are playing their forwards very close to the points and right on the lines. And as soon as they gather the possession, they are trying to pop a pass right out to the middle and get a breakaway started here. So far the Penguins have done a good job of defending that, but something definitely to keep an eye on for the rest of the game. Here's Deering now, and Deering's got some speed of his own. He's got Hahn to beat, settles the puck down, takes a shot that goes wide. Now it's over to Saw Devon. Saw Devon plays it to Hogan. Hogan's got a bunch of Tigers on him. Eventually gives it back to Saw Devon. It's being tied up there in the corner. Eventually comes out to Hogan. Hogan makes a nice stick drag there to get some space, and he's going to play it over to Saw Devon. Tied up once again on the wall. Eventually Hogan comes away with it. Gets a pass that goes behind the net. He's going to be chased, and a drop pass right to Hogan. Hogan gives it back to Saw Devon. Saw Devon puts it up to the point to Randles. Randles shoots, and it's off the stick, or it's off the leg of Van Brunt, and it goes wide now to Hahn. And Hahn exits the zone with the puck and throws it all the way down the ice. Icing waved off there. They're going to say Shapiro played it. Tigers changing. Penguins already completed their change. Deering now with it. He's got some space. Makes a nice move to get past. He does. Gets a high shot off the mask of Laviera. Save there. May with it. May plays it on the backhand to Thomas. Loses it to Polks, but it's turned over back to Alleman. Alleman is able to get it to center ice. Now Reckley with it. Reckley takes a shot, and we will have a stoppage in play here with 12:04. Penguins doing a really good job in the offensive zone. Number of players who are exhibiting their stick handling skills so far in this game, doing a lot of toe draggings, passes between the legs, and picking up their own passes. So really good job offensively here for the Penguins in the first part of this game. Face-off won and controlled, back to McLeod. McLeod makes the pass back to Tracy. Tracy back behind the net. Passes to the point to Alleman. Alleman puts it right back down low. Kept there by Tyson and eventually played out to Carell. Carell sweeps wide. Carell makes the pass out in front, but it's stolen there by McLeod. McLeod, loses the puck there. A turnover, but Alleman's right on it. Helps out his teammate. Now it's to Tyson at the point. There's a pass, and it's in the skate of Alleman, and he eventually finds it and gets it to Charlie Thomas. Thomas exits and enters the center ice. Drops it off to McLeod, but it was a little bit too far. It was a good idea. Good offensive creativity, but just a little bit too much of a drop. It went outside of the zone, and McLeod found himself offside at 11:30. So the faceoff coming out of the zone here. We will have Robbins, Bartolome, and Mazzola, along with Alleman and McLeod for the Penguins. And that is one there by Frisky, just taken away. Frisky was the centerman, and he just skated away with the puck. Wasn't even really a clean win. It was just sitting there, and he just skated in and took it away and got a little bit of speed, but he eventually loses the puck, and the Penguins put it back in the offensive zone. Now it's with Robbins. Robbins has it. Robbins loses it to Brownfield. Brownfield plays it to Brown. And Brown loses it at center. Now it's to Mazzola. Mazzola's going to enter onside. I think if the referee was on the actual blue line, he would have said that was off, but he was kind of at an angle, so he decided to give it to him. One of the benefits of playing only a two-referee system, and 3-on-1 breakaway here for the Tigers, being led by Frisky. He's got Fields, and he's unable to connect with Fields on that pass, so that will go for naught. But it was a 3-on-1 break if the Tigers had been able to connect on that one. Frisky has it, tries to feed it over to Fields once again. So Frisky and Fields trying to play together, trying to take the puck down low and pass it across the crease for the other one on the doorstep, but the Penguins are playing good defense and not allowing that to go. Mazzola plays the puck, and the Penguins are offside, but eventually they tag up. Brownfield has it for the Tigers. Brownfield plays it over to Anderson. Anderson has Hogan on him and forced a turnover there. Nice job by Travis Hogan to force that turnover to Deering. Deering goes behind the net. And Deering, and a nice interference play. Saw Devon. There's a shot that goes across the crease. Laviera, good job with his stick to knock that high and out of the harm's way. And the Tigers come away with it. Frisky has May on him. May does a nice job of a stick check and knocks the puck away from him. Feeds the puck to Deering. And almost a chance. Now might complete that chance. Deering had an opportunity for a bit of a breakaway, but the pass was just a little bit behind him. Was a tough pass. So hard to connect on that one. Played up and out. May tried to keep it in with his skate, but it comes away to Lou. And a nice hit there by May on Lou. Oh, and Deering's got a breakaway. If he hurries, he's got no one behind him. Asher is on him. He tries to feed it directly and knocks it away. I don't think Deering realized he was completely out in the open. He kind of stopped there and was holding off, waiting for someone to come join him, but he should have just taken off and been off to the races. He had no one behind him. So an unfortunate miss there by the Penguins. Van Brunt now with it, plays it over to Lou, and he loses it to Randalls. Randalls plays it up to the point, and it's kept in there nicely by Hahn. A number of players there, and eventually comes out to Reckley. Reckley with it for the Penguins, drops it off at the blue line for Tracy. Tracy feeds it out in front, trying to hit McLeod. And the Penguins doing a nice job of keeping the puck in the zone. There's a hit by Reckley, or excuse me, a hit by Tracy. And there's a pass that goes up to Shapiro. Shapiro's going to try to hurry. He's got someone next to him. I think that's Asher. Sweeps out. A nice shot blocked there by Peters. Good job staying home there in the net, and the Penguins are going to ice that all the way down. But a really good job defensively, especially highlight play there in net. Shapiro was wide open in front of the net mouth. He tried to make a pass to go up high, but coming out to play that chance there was Peters, and he knocked that one away. So it's going to be Robbins, Mazzola, and Bartolome for the Penguins. We're going to have Alleman and May on defense. And this puck is about to be dropped, and it is won there by the Tigers, but controlled by Mazzola. Mazzola gets it to Bartolome. Bartolome and Mazzola have a 2-on-1 developing here. Bartolome with a shot that goes wide. Collected there by Carell. And turning the other way with Polks, but that's going to be knocked away there by the stick of May. Center ice is being tied up there by both teams. Eventually coming away with it is Van Brunt for the Tigers. McMurray for the Tigers. He get open, and there's a shot, and knocked off the glove and high, and it stayed out. Good job there. Controlling that rebound was Peters at 7:57. So number one goal scorer there for the Tigers. Got to watch him. That's McMurray, and he's a dangerous shooter, and he got a shot off there that went high off the glove. It went off the blocker part of the glove, not actually into the netting. And so it popped up high and came right back down. Luckily, it didn't have any of that backward momentum to carry it behind the goaltender. Played there at the point. There's a shot that gets knocked off the stick of Alleman and wide. Now it's to Bartolome, and eventually comes out, and Mazzola tries to pick it up for a breakaway. Mazzola and Bartolome enter the zone with it. Asher takes it away and feeds it to Carell. Carell has Polks. He gives it to Polks. Alleman on defense. Nice poke check there by Alleman. Steers it away now to Bartolome at center ice. 3-on-2 here for the Penguins, but it's knocked away there by Asher. Asher and Bartolome playing on the boards together, and coming away with it is McMurray. McMurray with some speed. He's got Polks with him. McMurray spins around and gets a pass to Polks. Polks, a weak shot that kind of just slides in onto the goal mouth, and Peters in his butterfly stops that one. 7:05 remaining in the period. Shots are now even, 13 all. So both teams picking up their offensive chances. Face-off control there by the Pens, and eventually it comes out to Deering. Deering's got 3 Tigers, but they're going to give him space, and he's going to take a hard shot. Nice shot there into the glove of Laviera, and we will have a stoppage in play. Not quite sure why the defense didn't collapse on Deering. They had numbers back, but they let him have a lane, and he took it. And a big wrist shot, snap shot right into the glove of Laviera. And so we will do it down low with Deering, Saw, Devin, and Travis Hogan. Face-off won there by Deering over to Hogan, but controlled there by the Tigers, and they eventually get it out to center ice. McLeod with it, has that come off high, but they control it again. Now to Deering. Deering tries to pass it, and he goes down low. He's got Saw Devin in support. Kept in there nicely by Kaidash momentarily, but eventually it comes out for the Tigers, and they're going to be offside, and we will have a stoppage in play. Frisky was pulled down, but I think the referee said they were both kind of tying each other up, so no penalty there, just an offside. Score still 1-0. Penguins scoring on the power play in the first period, courtesy of an Everett May pass over to Cruz Mazzola. Penguins taking it there. McLeod entering the zone with it. Hogan gives chase, and Deering comes away with it. He's going to try to get open. He does. He gets a little bit of space. Now it's tied up there in the corner, and Saw Devin gathers it, gives it back to Deering. Deering drops it behind the net where Hogan is going to try to play it, but unable to connect on that one. Kaidash at center ice plays it to Saw Devin. Now Asher. Asher is going to bring it all the way down, and icing waved off here. It's not going to go far enough. McLeod has two Tigers on him, and now he's got some help there in the form of Michael Tracy. Carell with it, and he loses it to Reckley. Reckley now to Thomas. Thomas loses that one, has it knocked off his stick there by Asher. Played up to McLeod. McLeod's going to drop it back in, but the Penguins are offside, so they need to tag up here, and they do. Tyson, forecheck there by Thomas, but eventually it comes out to Lou, and a nice job there by Randalls, knocking that one off of Lou's stick. Thomas now with it, trying to get open. He's got Lou pestering him, so he's going to play it all the way around the board, but it's kept in there by Shapiro. Down it's behind the net, over to Van Brunt. Van Brunt plays it back to Anderson. Anderson's going to wind and shoot, but it's going to be tipped and goes wide. And it's going to be controlled in the corner there by Brownfield. Now over to Van Brunt. Van Brunt plays it back over to Brownfield. Brownfield tries to get a pass out in front and a tip, and no one's there. There's a shot that's off the stick of one of the Penguins, and it goes high and wide. Brownfield again with it, gives it to Lou. Charlie Thomas gets back up off the ice, plays the puck, tries to get it out, but can't. But now May has it, and May wraps around, but he doesn't have enough energy to get it up out of the zone. Oh, and a big hit there. I think Reckley got the worst of that one. I think he was trying to go for the hit, but he ended up taking the worst side of it. Oh, and now he's going to get open if he has a little bit more energy to go. But I think he's tired after playing that long defensive time there while the Tigers were playing in the offensive zone. So tired Penguins unable to gather any sort of speed on that breakaway opportunity. Now it's played to Van Brunt. Van Brunt turns it over to Robbins. Robbins gets it out in front, and it's sitting on the goal mouth, and it's in! Goal scored for the Penguins. Good news, everyone. Gavin Robbins is able to knock it in the net. It was just sitting on the goal mouth, and I don't think Laviera knew where it was. And now it's 2-0 for the Penguins. Well, the referee allowed it to go. It was just kind of sitting right out in front of Laviera, and luckily Gavin Robbins was there, able to knock it in the empty net. And so the Penguins get an insurance goal here and increase their lead by 1 at 3:49 in the period. Fields plays that back over to Carell. Now it's over to Hahn. Hahn feeds it to Brown. Brown, shot that goes off the stick of Peters. Now over to Mazzola. And McLeod's able to get it out there, but it's taken away immediately by Brown and entered back into the zone. Dump and chase here for the Tigers. McLeod there takes down Brown. And a tie up there. I think it's under, and eventually stoppage in play. It's under Frisky, and the referee blows it dead. Frozen puck at 3:20. And here he is, the man, the myth, the legend, and we will have him in the second intermission. John Thomas is going to join us for the second intermission report. And I believe he has a Penguins featured player of the game, and we will have to see exactly what he has in store for us. I know it'll be great. And so be sure to stay tuned for the intermission where we have John Thomas live on the Dallas Penguins YouTube feed. Tigers playing that one, but eventually giving it away to McLeod. McLeod plays it up to the point. It's taken there by Mazzola. Mazzola gives it to Robbins, and coming away with it is Bartolome. Noah Bartolome has the puck on edge, but he's able to stop it and get a little bit open. He's got 4 Tigers on him, so somebody's open. Robbins has it now, and Robbins is able to get it back to Mazzola, but it's taken away there by Carell. Carell plays it all the way around, but it's kept in there by Kaidash, and Kaidash tries to hit Mazzola behind the net, but they're unable to connect. Bartolome comes away with it, tries to feed it behind the net once again. And a big hit right there by Everett May. Clobbered somebody in the back. I think that's Brown. And a sweep and a nice play there by Peters. Not letting that speed of that skater surprise him. And we have a stoppage in play for something here. Someone's going to get called for tripping. I think it's going to be the Penguins. So Brown had a nice speed move coming up the side and swept out right in front of the goal crease, but Peters was on that one, knocking that chance away. And we'll have to see who the penalty is on. It's going to be served by, I think that's Bartolome there in the box. And so it's going to be Bartolome, 2 minutes for tripping at 2:10. So if the Penguins are able to kill this one off, there will only be 11 seconds remaining in the second period. And we're hopefully sending some good vibes down for that. Penguins' penalty kill is 78% on the season, so a very good penalty kill to go along with the extraordinary power play. And Deering comes away with that puck, and he's going to enter the zone with some speed, and he drops it off, and it's taken away there by Frisky, and Frisky plays it up to Brown. And at the blue line, it's taken there by Frisk, and Frisk shakes a shot high off the mask of Peters. There's a chance, and it's tipped out in front by Frisk, and it goes wide. Brown loses to McLeod. McLeod puts it high off the wall and clears the puck out of the zone and out of harm's way. Connected there, Wyatt Anderson with it for the Tigers. He enters the zone. He's got Travis Hogan on him, and Hogan knocks that puck off, gets it over to Randalls. Randalls plays it around, but it hits the referee, so it's not going to go out. Brownfield has it at the point, putting it back behind the net, and now out in front, taken away there by Mazzola. Mazzola's got some space, and he's got some speed. He just has to beat Brownfield, and Brownfield takes him down. No call there. Looked like Brownfield pulled him down from behind. 1 minute remaining in the period. Anderson now with it on the feed from McMurray. Anderson sweeps wide, and a shot that goes wide. Now it's to Brown. Brown drops it off for Frisk. And Alleman is there on defense. Frisk has it now. He gets out in front, tries to knock it in, and jammed. And it's kept out there. It's lying out in front of the crease. Penguins playing with it. It's a good job in the net there, knocking out those 2 or 3 chances away. We'll have to see exactly how many shots actually the scorekeeper gives that one. But a flurry of chances there for the Tigers on the power play. And 26 seconds remaining in the man advantage for Texas. Penguins shutting the door down, though, so far in this game. Tracy here on the faceoff for the Penguins, and he wins it to May. May plays it up, can't get it quite high enough off the glass, so it's kept in there by the Tigers. And Carell was trying to sit right in front of that net, right between the hashes for that pass, but that never came, and the Penguins were able to clear it. But the Tigers bring it back in. Now Carell has it. 7 seconds remaining in the man advantage, and it will be killed as Everett May is able to clear the puck. And they decide not to press it, but Tracy has the puck. He was open. I was looking at Bartolome to see if Bartolome would try to chase that down on a breakaway. Oh, and a last-second shot is knocked off the pad of Laviera. After 2 periods of play, it is your score, Penguins 2, Tigers nothing. And we will be right back in just a few seconds.
Ray.
Sorry, let's do that interview. I had the mic on mute, but I'm going to say we are joined here by John Thomas, and he has a Penguins featured player of the game. John, give us your report.
T-Ray, I have to say that I always enjoy your broadcast. Quickly, I'll walk through this for you. Today's featured player of the game in the segment that we like to call Getting to Know Your Pens is Ryder McLeod. Ryder McLeod is an Aquarius. He just turned 14, and he enjoys long walks on the golf course. He's into TikTok, Dairy Queen ice cream cakes, and middle school girls. His favorite player is his dad, or Cale Makar, tied. His favorite food is, yes, all of them. His go-to move is the clapper from the point. And when asked where he sees himself in 10 years, he said, playing golf at Arizona State with Charsey Thomas, number 77. Back to you, T-Ray.
All right. All right. Thank you, JT. Appreciate you giving us that player of the game. It was Ryder McLeod. And so hopefully you got a little bit more information about a player that you didn't know before. And we'll try to continue that series on in through Nashville and for the rest of the season. Penguins controlling the puck so far. Charlie Thomas has it now. He's going to pass it out in front over to Tracy. Tracy with a rip shot that goes high. And coming out with it is Shapiro. And losing it there to May. May's going to sweep behind his net. Collect and gather. Feeds it over to Reckley. Reckley at the center ice. Drops it and will go for a change. Oh, and a breakaway chance. It's sitting behind Peters. He doesn't know where it is, and it's right under him. Wow. Apologies for the camera issue there. Just kind of knocked it down, and we missed a really good scoring chance for the Tigers, but it was Brown. Got some space and took a shot that was off the leg pad of Peters and kept it out. Lucian Deering giving his goaltender a little bit of a congratulations there for a nice save. Deering with Frisk on the faceoff, and it is controlled there by Frisk, but given away to Hogan. Hogan now drops it to Deering, and that's offside at 13:44. Well, the Penguins need to make sure that they don't sit back too far in this game. They still have a game to play, and you don't want to sit back enough to allow the Tigers to come back in this one and surprise you. You want to try to ensure that you get the next one, even though you are still up by 2. Very important to keep the pressure on the Tigers in this game. And Deering doesn't know where it is. It was right behind him, but eventually the Penguins come away with it to Hogan. Now it's to Deering. It's in his skate. Nice move. Puts the puck between his own skates and turns around backwards and gets it in the zone. Devin has it, feeds it out in front to Deering, and a shot, and it is in the goal! Scored for the Penguins. And there's a little bit of mess back behind the net, but the Penguins are going to go up 3-0. Pizza delivery for Icy Wiener. Oh, crud. But it looks like Travis Hogan is going to have the goal. It was just sitting on the goal mouth. Once again, the second and third goals have been scored in similar fashion, leaving a rebound right on the goal mouth, and the Penguins knocking it in. And it looks like there's going to be a roughing call here, I believe, to the Tigers for action after the play, and it's going to be Liam Frisk. Carson Frisk. I had it right the first time. Carson Frisk going to go off for 2 minutes for roughing because he was a little bit upset that the Penguins scored their third goal, and he took a charge at Hogan, and so he's going to be sitting down for another 2 minutes, and that all dangerous power play for the Penguins is back on the ice. Tracy wins that back over to May. May feeds it over to Hogan. I can't quite hear the stadium announcer. He is announcing the goal, but I can't hear what he's saying. It's a little bit too quiet. But I believe it's Hogan from Deering. Tracy now with it, gives it over to McLeod. McLeod enters and he's got some space, winds and shoots. That goes wide off of the stick of Tyson. And a stoppage in play at 12:45. 1:29 remaining in the man advantage for the Penguins. It's going to be Gavin Robbins here for the Penguins. And I hope we didn't lose anybody on the live feed. I just got an alert that I dropped the feed. So hopefully y'all are still with us. I'm going to go ahead and check my own feed here and see if I'm still with you. Penguins controlling it now with Deering out in front. 1 minute, 1:10 remaining in the power play. Deering now with it at the point. And we will have a stoppage in play here at 12:08 of the first period. What's going on? Face-off one in control there by the Penguins. Hogan gives it over to McLeod. McLeod drops it back over to May. May gives it to Tracy. Tracy back to May. And a shot scored by the Penguins. Once again, now on the power play. Penguins lead 4-0. Well, if you are on the feed, I apologize. We have been losing connection, but be sure to rewatch this game. It will be uploaded right after we are concluded here from Plano. And while we were kind of off, the Penguins scoring their fourth goal, this time on the power play. Now Saw Devin has it. He chips it up, and eventually it comes out and cleared there by Robbins. And it will go all the way down the ice for a stoppage in play. Face-off control there by the Tigers, and it's off of the stick of Peters and out of play, and so we will do it all over again here. Played there by Alleman. And off the post there, it goes wide. Nice stick work there by Peters to knock it out. Saw Devin has it for the Penguins. And leaving it there at the blue line, McLeod eventually gets it out, but it's off the skate of Hogan, so it stays back. Now it's over to Deering. And the Penguins playing back behind the net. Frisky takes it away. Now it's over to McLeod. McLeod steals it, drops it back over to Hogan. and eventually comes out to Fields. Peters plays it with his stick over to Alleman. Coming away with it is Hogan. He's going to drop it to Tracy. Tracy drops it to nobody. Fields is going to take that one away. And going to play it up to Kaidash. Kaidash loses to Frisk, but it's taken away there by May. May chips it high off the glass, but it's kept in there by Tyson, and he plays it down low for Frisk. Frisk takes it away, tries to pop it out in front, but he's unable to connect with any teammates, and so Thomas will take it. Oh, and a nice play by Everett May. Goes through the legs of Anderson and gets some space. He's got Reckley with him. Stops, makes a play, makes a nice toe drag move there. Plays it over to Tracy. Tracy at the point. Tracy drops it down low for Reckley. Reckley gives it to Thomas. Thomas behind the net, plays it up to the point, back to Kaidash. Kaidash plays it back to Thomas. Now he has some space. Now to Tracy out in the middle. Tracy winds and shoots off the glove of Laviera. Winding and shooting is May, and it's off the chest protector of Laviera, and it's sitting out in front. The Penguins take it away. Now to Reckley, now to Thomas. Thomas turns and shoots. He had Tracy turns and shoots, and he had Thomas open, but they were unable to connect there. And so it's going to come the other way for the Tigers. Fed back to Correll, and if we hurry, Bartolome. No, Bartolome's not going to be able to get past those defenders. Bartolome with it, sweeps wide, goes behind the net. He's got Penguins out in front. He gives it to Robbins. Robbins takes a shot, turns around. It's sitting in the goal crease once again. And we will have a stoppage in play here down low in the offensive zone. So it's going to be Robbins there on the faceoff, and the Tigers win it over to to Hahn, and Hahn plays it up to Lou. Lou enters the zone, but he's got McLeod on him, and McLeod just takes that puck right away. Not going to allow him to get past. Fed out in front. Hahn takes a shot, and it goes wide of the mouth. Asher now with it, turns and shoots, and it's off the skate of McLeod. Now it's to Hahn. Hahn takes a shot, and Peters didn't see that one. Luckily, that one went wide. Now it's to Lou. Lou goes out in front. McLeod knocks it off of there. And trying to feed it out in front to McMurray. McMurray has it now. I was unable to turn around for the shot. He feeds it to Asher. Asher shoots into the chest of Peters. And a stoppage in play at 7:06 of the game. So a few more minutes remaining are the only chances for the Tigers. And Lucian Deering will take the faceoff for the Penguins. And it is one back over to Everett May. May's going to skate behind his net. And it is controlled there and tied up there, but coming away with it is Deering. Deering tries to give it to Hogan, but Hogan was unable to catch that one. So it stays in the zone for the Tigers. Now Van Brunt feeds it out in front, but it's off the stick of Peters. And back behind the net, Alleman gathers it. And it hits the referee, so stays in once again. Van Brunt tries to make a shot, but it's a little bit of a weak opportunity there, and May is going to steal away with it. May looks over his options, plays it up the board, tries to get Sod Devon, but Brownfield steps in the way of that one. Now it's to Polks. Polks trying to find open space. He's going to drop it back over to Van Brunt. Van Brunt puts it right in front of the mouth, and it's sitting there on the goal crease, but nice job in net. Once again by number 35, steering that chance away, and it comes all the way down the ice. Tyson gathers it and gives a feed to Correll, stretch pass there, and Correll feeds it to Van Brunt. Van Brunt takes a shot, but it's high off of the chest of Kaidash. Kaidash plays it out to center, and it's taken there by Fields. Fields drops it into the offensive zone, but it's taken away by the Tigers. Or it's taken away by the Penguins, and the Tigers gather it once again with Brown. Now it's to Peters. Peters plays it over to Kaidash. Kaidash has his pass tipped up to Reckley, and there's a shot that goes wide. A nice, easy save there by Peters. McLeod has it in the corner. Oh, and getting open is Frisk, and Frisk takes a charge to the goaltender, and we will have a stoppage in play. Peters had it, and Frisk just charged right into him. I'm kind of surprised they're not going to take a look at this one and send him off. But a high shot to the face of the goaltender. But there will be no penalties. Oh, Deering's going to get one. They're going to put Deering out. 2 minutes for a cross check. I guess they're saying the reason Frisk charged the goaltender was because of a cross check by Deering. I'm not quite sure I agree with that call, but that's what it's going to be. And so the Penguins will be down a man for the next 2 minutes. 5:35 remaining in the game. And the Tigers have a chance to get a little bit closer here. Richie Slavin is arguing with the referee. I kind of tend to agree with him. I'm not quite sure what they're calling here. Giving Lucian Deering a penalty for Frisk charging into the goaltender. And unfortunately, we're not John Boy Media. We don't have the ability to read their lips and see exactly what they're saying, but I can definitely tell Richie is not happy with something here. Referee trying to explain. He's gesticulating a little bit. And Richie pats him on the shoulder, and we are good to play. So apparently the explanation was good enough for Coach Slavin. And the faceoff now here, won and controlled by the Tigers, but shipped out. And it goes to Anderson and on the high stick. So the Penguins will be able to take that puck, and they leave it, and it is high stick. And we'll have a stoppage in play all the way down the ice. So 10 seconds get killed off there on that play. Face-off won there by Tracy. Back to McLeod. McLeod winds and shoots, and that goes wide, but it's picked up there by Tracy, and he gets a shot. Coming away with it for the Tigers there. That's Anderson. Anderson plays it to Brown. Brown feeds it up to Frisk. Frisk gives it to McMurray, and a shot off the mask of the goaltender. Tic-tac-toe play, but it went off the mask of Peters, and it stays out once again. 5 minutes remaining in the game. Golden opportunity there for the Tigers, but keeping it out of the net on the 21st shot of the game. So goaltending really stepping up in this one. McMurray enters the zone with it. He's going to try to get past Thomas, and they are unable to do that. Thomas and Randall's combine on the defense there. Brown with it, feeds it to McMurray. McMurray drops it back for Anderson. Anderson gives it to McMurray. McMurray gives it to Anderson. Anderson's going to wind and take a little bit of a shot. Not much of a shot. I think it's more of a pass, but it is stolen there by Tracy and cleared. 30 seconds remaining in the power play. As McMurray tries to get in the middle, he's going to look. He's going to drop it to Brownfield. Brownfield plays it over to Anderson. Anderson takes a shot, but it's stolen there by Randalls. Randalls feeds it directly. Reckley shorthanded here. 20 seconds remaining. And Brownfield knocks him off the puck. Tries to hit Frisk on that stretch pass, but it's going to go all the way. They're going to say no icing there. They're going to say Bartolome touched it. May gives a nice check there as Frisk was about to play the puck and sends him to the ice and takes the puck away. Penalty has been killed off, so once again, that good penalty kill unit, it comes away successful for the Penguins. And we have 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the game. Penguins leading 4-0. Oh, there's an open net, and it comes right back out to Frisk, and they score. Peters wasn't quite sure where the goaltender was or where the skater was, and that side of the net was wide open. So the Tigers, after the power play ends, are able to get their first goal of the game and are able to put one past the goaltender after roughly 45 minutes of gameplay. Or I should say about 41 minutes of gameplay. Deering now with it for the Penguins. and drops it off for McLeod. McLeod misplays that one, so it's going to come away to Correll. Correll enters the zone. He's got some help in the form of Lou, but they're unable to connect on that pass, so it goes to the point over to Tyson. Tyson drops it back down, but it's taken away behind the net by McLeod. McLeod plays it up to Saw Devon, and Saw Devon hits Deering, but it was off his skate and not his stick. But picking it up there at center ice there is Hogan. Hogan drops it back behind the net. Anderson gathers it for the Tigers and plays it up to Lou. Lou loses it there at the blue line, but it eventually comes out to Polks. Polks has it taken away by Hogan momentarily, and Lou gathers it there in front of the penalty box. Plays it back to Tyson. Tyson plays it up to Asher. Asher takes a long-range shot, and it's going to go all the way for an icing at 2:27. Well, unfortunately, you're not going to have the shutout. It's a really good defensive game and a really well-played game by the goaltender. You like to see him rewarded with that shutout, but it's going to not be had tonight. Just kind of lost track of the puck and left that side of the net for the wraparound open. Not quite sure if it was a defensive breakdown, but for some reason just didn't know where the skater was. Frisk, once again, the goal scorer, tries to sweep out wide, but he's taken down there by May. Nice job on defense. Oh, and there's a big hit by Correll and a breakaway chance for Bartolome, and the Penguins are going to be on the power play, but Bartolome shoots, and it goes off Laviera, and the Penguins get the extra attacker on. Mazzola has it, and it is played by Brown. We're going to have a penalty here. Someone on the Tigers head contact, so McMurray's going to go off, and he's going to get a 10-minute misconduct here for head contact. It's going to be a 2 and a 10. It's required. It's a mandatory 2 and 10 for head contact. So McMurray's night is done, and the best chance for the Tigers, if they even really had much of a chance to tie this game up, is pretty much gone now. Their leading goal scorer will be sitting the rest of this game. Well, 1 minute 54 seconds, and the Penguins will emerge victorious. And of course, as we talked about in the beginning of the broadcast, a victory here tonight will not put the Penguins in first place because the tiebreaker is head-to-head, and the Wild have won 2 games to the Penguins 1 in that season series. So the Wild will have that tiebreaker, but the win percentage definitely is in favor of the Penguins, as it has been all year, actually. The Penguins have had games in hand pretty much all season, so they've had a higher win percentage than most of the teams they've been trailing, simply because they haven't played the requisite number of games. But this will tie the Penguins for the end. And there's another power play coming up here. It's going to be a cross check, and I don't think the puck went in the net. The referee blew the whistle, but Brownfield's going to go off here. 2 minutes for cross checking at 1:12. So it's going to be a 5-on-3 for the net for, well, the rest of the game. The rest of the game is going to be played 5-on-3 here, and the Penguins will come away victorious. And just to finish our thought, the Penguins will be tied at first place with the Houston Wild, and they will have 2 more games remaining, the first of which coming back here at home against the McKinney North Stars, and then the season finale in Richardson against the Warriors. And any form of a non-loss by the Penguins in either of those games will get them first place and the top seed in the playoffs when they are played on February 26th. And we hope we will see you there on that broadcast. We will be having all of those games from Euless and Mansfield. I believe the play-in game is at Mansfield, and the championship game might be at Euless. I have to double-check that schedule. Don't have that quite in front of me, but I know those are the 2 rinks that we were going to be playing at. Not quite sure the order of what they are. Puck taken away there by Polk, shorthanded. He's going to have May converge on him, and May takes a big hit on Polks, his former teammate, and Polks goes down, and the Penguins come away. They've got 4 players to 2. Now to McLeod. McLeod goes wide open, and a shot, and scored. Bite my shiny metal pass, says Ryder McLeod, and the Penguins take a 5-0 lead and score on the 5-on-3. Rank that power play just a little bit higher. It was 41%. It might be 45 by the end of the night. We'll have to look and see after this game what that score percentage is going to be. But it's absolutely deadly. One of the things teams are going to have to learn not to do the rest of the season is put the Penguins on power play, because that is the gold standard for the league. Face-off one and control there by the Penguins. Charlie Thomas has it now. He tries to put it down in front for Saad Devin, but they're unable to connect. Thomas takes it away and plays it back to Bartolome. Bartolome has that puck frozen there with Lou. And 10 seconds remaining in the game. The Penguins are going to emerge victorious by a score of 5-1. A really very well played game all around by the Penguins. You have to really appreciate the effort that they gave in this one. And the team cheers up. They're going to give a high five to their goaltender for a masterful game in net. Could have been a much closer game if not for the goaltending. So congratulations to the Penguins. You are now officially tied for first, a position they have not been in all season. Quite an interesting way to come about to it. And as we sign off here, once again, we remind you that we will be in Nashville for the President's Day tournament from Nashville, Tennessee. Our first game is going to be Friday afternoon, 1:15 Central Time. And, of course, Nashville is on the Central Time just as well, so both local and Central will be the same time. 1:15 from Antioch, Tennessee. The Penguins are going to take on the Gulf Coast Flames, and you see that schedule scrolling down just below. You can see it right down there. Following that, the Junior Predators 13U, and followed by the Junior Predators 14U. So that is going to be the pool play part of the Nashville tournament, and then we will see you for the championship round as well. But for now, Penguins win 5-1, and we will see you from Nashville. Good night, everyone.